Hello again everybody and welcome back to another review. Today's review will be a bit different as I won't be reviewing a military figure but rather one from the popular video game series Resident Evil. The figure in question today is SWTOYS Jill Valentine, released in 2024. This Jill is based off her appearance in the animated film Death Island, which was released last year in 2023. Okay, let me just start by addressing the elephants in the room. Yes, her chest area is comically large. I think this was an error on SWTOYS' parts, as the promo pics of her are much less generous as you can see here. Don't get me wrong, I like huge tracts of land as much as the next guy, but they absolutely do not suit this figure. Which is a real shame too, as besides the ballistics, this is a great figure. Her attire, weapons and especially his sculpt are all fantastic. Now, let's take a closer look at the figure. And here's the figure with all her accessories. Here's a trench coat. She comes with a flashbang, a flare and a torchlight as accessories, all made of die-cast metal, which is great. And weapons, and a duffel bag with a working zip and a handle, and of course the figure itself. Now let's take a closer look at the figure, starting with the head. In my opinion, it's a great head sculpt. The resemblance is almost there, but still overall very decent. And the cool thing about his sculpt too is the eyes are movable, so you can remove the top of the head and position the eyes wherever you want, to point the look wherever you want, which is quite cool. Something I don't see in many other figures. And the body, as you can see, is one of those seamless full metal skeleton kind of bodies, which I'm personally not a fan of, as the rubber will wear off over time. And here you can see a holster, which sadly I don't think is usable due to a certain blockage over there. You can see a knife tucked into a belt and a weapon. She holds it very well. A backpack over there. Excuse me, a sling bag. Her jeans look good. There's a nice detail of them being torn at the knees, and her boots. Now let's take a look at the back of the figure. And this is the back of the figure, starting with the head. As you can see, she has a very interesting holster. Never seen one like that before. And a bag. And here's a back shot of a belt with some pouches. And here's another shot of Jill, this time wearing a trench coat, which, if I recall correctly, she wears for about 30 seconds in the movie before it mysteriously disappears. It's made of a very nice stretchy material, so it's easy to put on. And here's a different pose of Jill, this time holding a pistol. As you can see, she holds it quite well. And now you can see, take a closer look at the belt. As you can see, she has a BSAA badge, a knife tucked into there with these two pouches. Sadly, she doesn't come with a sheath of any kind. And these are the weapons the figure comes with. Her primary weapon being the M4 carbine with one additional magazine. She uses it twice in the film. Once during the initial outbreak and towards the end, if I'm not mistaken. And a sidearm, which isn't a classic Samurai's Edge, but rather a modern looking M1911, which Leon gives her during their first meeting. And finally, she comes with this knife, which is a die-cast metal, so there's a nice weight to it. Now let me show you what I mentioned earlier about this figure having movable eyeballs. So give me a second, let me just remove the head. Yeah, as you can see her eyeballs over there with two pegs sticking out. Yeah, so you can use this little stick they give you, this metal rod, to kind of move the eyeballs around so they can point where you want, which is really cool. As I mentioned, I've not seen this in any other figure. Yeah. All in all, besides the two big problems I mentioned earlier, this is a fantastic figure. I definitely recommend this to other Resident Evil fans, though I would suggest maybe swapping out the bodies like I'm thinking of doing. As she's a new figure, you can find her relatively easily online at the moment. Anywho, thank you for joining me on today's review, and I hope to see you all again soon. Ciao!